Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Charles Harris. Let's talk about it. Today we're covering booking apps, all right? I believe that whether if you're new to the game and have no clientele, whether if you have a moderate clientele, maybe 25 people, maybe 50 or even 10, or if you're just booked up all day long and you have a large clientele, this will cause you to become a professional. If you're new to the game, it saves your time. If you have a moderate clientele, it saves your time. If you have a large clientele, it helps you to organize so you can save your time, and it will even cause you and position you to be able to raise your prices, causing you to become more in demand. All right, so what are some of the fears or concerns that people have when they think about a booking app? So for my people with a large clientele, like myself, some of the issues that I hear in the industry is I like to get on the phone to talk to my people so I can understand how to maximize my time. I want to, if I can fit 3 or 4 in an hour, that's what I would love to do. So that means you're grinding to make your money, which doesn't always work, and it can lead to burnout, right? One of the other concerns that I hear is, what if they don't show up? Or I don't like having my time blocked out. I like to be able to dictate what I do or don't do. Also, that's a lower form of thinking, because if you would consider this, if I can block off the hours that I'm going to be here, that means people can only reserve me for when I say that I'm actually available. For those of you who don't know, I have a son who has autism, but I didn't tell you that I also have 6 other children who are homeschooled. So my time is precious and valuable to me and my family. So I use these apps to make sure that my time is my time in the shop. I'm focused, I'm here, but when I'm gone, I'm gone. I'm not available to talk. I'm not available to text. None of it. The app speaks for me. Am I a relatable person? Yes. Can I get on the phone sometimes? Yes. But this doesn't put the pressure on me. I pay for a service to work for me, not against me, right? So some of the things that can help you on setting this up for you, especially for my newer barbers, is we have to teach people how to use the platform. When I first got my system, I think I went with Style Seat in the beginning, and they only had like 50,000 people all across the nation using the service. So it was fairly new at the time. I was one of 5 people in my area in Maryland using the service. So I had to teach people how to use it. So I would go on, literally send them the link, have them open it, and have them set up their next appointment right there, showing them how to navigate the platform, right? The second thing that I did to help is I taught people how to value their time. I didn't want to make it all about me. Raise your hand if you believe that people don't necessarily care about you. People are more selfish. They're concerned more about how does it benefit them? What do they get out of it, right? We're all that way in some way, shape, or fashion. Okay, so what I would do is I would only talk to clients from the perspective of how can this service help to save your time? How can this add value to you? All right. Next thing, people pay for convenience. It is extremely convenient for a person to be able to take out their cell phone, take about 15 seconds to 30 seconds, picking out the service they want, the time they want it, and the day that it's available to take place, especially people who are ordering multiple services. Even if it's 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and not have to ask permission to get that service from you. That is extremely convenient. It is also convenient for someone to know that when they set up this time, you're going to be there. They may have to wait maybe 5-10 minutes because you're tightening up the person in the chair, a little wiggle room, but they know that the time they scheduled, just like a doctor's office, I might have to wait for a little bit, but when I show up, I know I'm going to be seen. Beautiful, sweet, right? And then because of it, this attracts more serious clients. And a serious client is not someone who makes more money than someone else. A serious client is someone who takes their time serious. A serious client is someone who's expecting you. Because what happens when you're able to carve out time for that individual, you're able to provide a better service. So what are some of the actual services, scheduling services that we have in the industry? We have Vagaro, they're pretty good. We have Bookski, we have Shifted, that's from a good friend of mine back in Maryland. We have Square, they have that capability on their platform. We have Acuity, that's the one that I currently use right now. We have Squire, we have StyleSeat, and there's many other booking apps that we have. Okay, what are some of the optional components on an app that you should look for? Some of the optional components. Right after that, we're going to cover the must-haves that you need to look for. All right, so some of the optional components, depending on how you run your business, is you want to have a product inventory side. I know Vagaro gives you the opportunity to place your products on there so your people can order the product. They also have a category where you're able to put your classes on there if you're teaching classes. So that is an optional service that you might want to look for when you're searching for an actual scheduling site to fit your needs. You might want to also look for, as an option, something that takes a deposit and requires a deposit. For the sites that require a deposit, what it helps you to do is, number one, it helps to make sure that the client is serious about scheduling you. Number two, if your services are like, $100, $200, $300, it helps to make sure that if they skip out on it, you've already collected a certain amount of money. Number three, it helps to put you in a position where you're able to collect late fees for anyone who, no show. No call, no show. So it puts you in a position to make sure that you're not losing income. Now, if you are, similar to myself, where I'm a neighborhood barber, I provide high-end services, but I do it in a more so laid-back community, this might not work for your clientele. But then again, I believe it can work for anybody. It just depends on how serious you take your business. Also, you might want to look for something where you're able to actually schedule for your team. You may be the manager at the shop, or you may be the owner, and you want to have a platform that's able for people can go on and they can schedule for your team, or they can schedule for your staff, whatever, if you're getting commission or paying booth rent. You want to make sure that everyone eats in your shop. So what are some of the must-haves? Like, what are some of the must-haves that you just must have? And I would take my time in explaining it to make sure that you understand why you really need to keep these things in mind when you have your scheduling app, all right? So before I say this, be prepared to pay like $25, $35, even $75 a month. Mine, I believe, is $25 a month. $35 is a very good price, but even if it's $100 a month, keep in mind, a lot of these sites, they actually send you clients. They will send you clients. When I use StyleSeat, I constantly receive clients. It was like, hey, I was just looking for a barber in the area. I found you. You have all these nice reviews. You have a lot of good reviews. I had to come check you out. Boom. And I would literally get, sometimes 1 to 5 new clients every week just from the site. It happened also with Vagaro. Constantly sending me people. All right. So had to pause to say that. All right. So what are some of the must-haves? Follow up. You want the system to be able to follow up. All right. My thing is manual. I want to be able to send out my own messages. It could be a slow week, so I want to be able to send out an email to all of my clients to say, hey, don't forget, get your hair cut, or send out a nice message, put a nice photo on it. Boom. That causes people to schedule right then and there. I average anywhere from 8 to about 18 people who schedule right then and there, right when I send out that message. This is what major businesses do as well. We send out messages to our leads. Your leads are your clients, okay? We send out messages to our clients, leads. That's a new term that we're learning here. And those messages put people in a position where they remember, oh yeah, I do need that. Oh yeah, I was waiting for that. I might as well take care of that right now, right? You also want to, on a follow-up system, you want your system to be able to actually send out automatic messages. So it could be their birthday. It sends out a happy birthday, which is not required, but you want them to be able to say, hey, this is the time that you scheduled. Reminders. Hey, your appointment is going to happen within an hour, 3 hours. You can actually tweak these times. You can tweak these times to make it fit you, all right? You want these. And for what I use with Acuity, I have it set up where after 7 days, 14, 21, all the way on up to 3 months, they get an automatic message that I already had preset. By the way, one of my messages is, right now your girl is looking at you like, babe, you need a haircut. It works. I've had clients come in laughing like, oh man, I like the message you sent. That was an automatic preset message. All right. So next, what is another must-have that you will want in your site? Okay. You want to pay a payment processing system. You want to have a payment processing system. What do I mean when I say payment processing system? You want to have something in there, and most of them are set up through Square. In that automatic payment processing system, it gives your clients the ability to pay. Right there. It gives them the ability to even pay ahead of time. So somebody, if they want my $70 service, I'll get a message, a random message saying, hey, Square just collected $70 from Tom Hanks. All right, just throwing a name out there. All right, cool. So his appointment is next Wednesday at this time. He decided to go ahead and pay for it while it was on his mind, so he didn't have to kind of budget and figure out where the money is. That's a benefit. Also, with the payment system, you want them to be able to tip. Clients who like to schedule appointments love to tip, and they are offended when they don't have the ability to tip. One of the things that you want them to do is to be able to have help in assisting them, so you can set up something where they'll have like 10%, 15, 20, 25%. My clients love to hit one of those buttons, and when they're feeling real good, they'll hit the largest button, sign their name, and keep it moving. One thing that you might not know with these merchant accounts, clients on average spend more money when they're swiping or using currency outside of cash. Okay, clients tend to spend more money, so that's why you want to have that in your business. All right, so for me, these last two are must-haves for me that you might want to consider. All right, and one of them is a bonus: the ability to sync to your calendar. Most of these sites do not give you that ability. Acuity does. That's why I don't use Vagaro, StyleSeed, Square, or any other Bookseed, whatever the case may be, is because I also want it to be able to sync to my Google Calendar. What does that allow me to do? With my Google Calendar, with my dirty hands, whether if I have gloves or not, I don't have to hit my passcode or my finger, to be able to get into my account to see who my next person is. Number two, it gives me the ability to hear 10 minutes before my next person. So if I'm working with a client, I know where my 10-minute warning is. Number three, not only is it more easily accessible just by hitting a couple buttons on my phone and I can be able to see it, it also gives me the ability to pencil in any clients who, for whatever reason, does not use the booking app system. You may have an older person, that doesn't use the booking app systems. You may have whatever the case may be. Everybody will have somebody that does not use the booking app system. I have at least 5 of them. It just is what it is. And it makes life easy. Just get out of the way, all right? The last thing, I utilize a service called Mailchimp. What Mailchimp allows, and this is not a paid ad service from Mailchimp. They're not paying me. If you want to pay me, cool. But Mailchimp, what Mailchimp allows me to do, because I have under 1,000 clients, I think if you have 2,000, I want to say 2,000. At 2,000, you start to pay for the service. I have under 2,000 clients. I actually have under 1,000 clients, all right? I'm around the 500 mark. So with that being said, I'm able to house my clients in there for free. And I'm also able to send out at least 10,000 messages at once. So if I send out one message, that's 500. 2 messages, that's 1,000. So throughout the month, I'm able to send out personalized messages on top of whatever the booking app is allowing me to do. What I found is that the booking apps was trying to charge me a little bit more for being able to send out those messages. So Mailchimp allows me to do that. Mailchimp also allows my clients to be able to subscribe to my, listing. So not only am I able to send out the messages, I'm able to, add more sales features to it. So when I sell my beard oil, when I sell the combs, when I sell the cleaning products, for the businesses, all of that, I'm able to connect with my clients. And for all of my other businesses, I'm able to set up subscription-based services within Mailchimp accounts. So I actually have 2 Mailchimp accounts. One is for the financial service businesses, and one is for the actual barber business. So it gives me the ability to be able to sync my website, sync everything needed, my domain name, all of the above. If you don't have a domain name, for those who do not know, is your website name. You don't need it. Your domain could be your actual booking site. All right, so that is a pro tip that helps as well. I hope this information was valuable to you. This video is a little bit longer than the rest of them. Why? Because we're talking about how to get you to a professional status. I know you're a professional barber, you have your license, but when you move with a purpose, life becomes easy and you're able to charge more. If you're getting value from this, please share it with someone else. Like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you later. I love you. Gone.